I am down here in victory lane with What If Racing. Congratulations on the win, man.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
So your first race here, and you end up winning. How does that, how does that help your confidence going into the regular season?
I'm pretty good. I'm still up in the air if I'm going to be full-time or part-time, but that race certainly helped to make me decide whether or not to run full-time or part-time. But yeah, it was really surprising. I kind of went to that not quite. I didn't do a whole lot of practicing or anything. I just kind of went in there and try to run super clean and try to give everybody as much room as possible, and it turned out to work the best out on my end.
So from that whole turn 2 incident, what was your viewpoint on that whole incident?
Yeah, what happened was I was running second, and then I hit the this weird thing like off turn 2. It kind of threw me to the right, and then Kamikaze was able to get by me there. So at that point, I was just trying to push him to the lead, and then I was able to get him to be side by side with Jared, and then Kamikaze was telling me after the race when I was talking to him that he got a little bit impatient and moved himself down, and the two kind of collided, and then those two kind of wrecked, and then I was able to kind of just squeak on by, and then from there on out it was just mainly just holding on to the lead and just hitting my marks, not trying to hit that weird bump off turn 2.
Yeah, definitely. So what are you most excited for going into the regular season?
To race at other tracks other than Daytona and Talladega, for sure. It's just, track position is so important at the restrictor plates, and it's really hard to race around them. So I'm looking forward to going to the mile and a halves and short tracks and racing with other people and having probably a lot more epic and more intense racing. So I'm looking forward to those ones for sure.
All right. Thank you for your time. And again, congratulations on your victory.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm down on pit road with What Incarnation, the driver of the number 95 Procore Chevy. Congrats on the second place, man.
I mean, I feel good, honestly. Second place, even though it's the first place loser, it's still a good position.
Definitely.
To me. I was expecting to go maybe fourth at best, but I got second. I actually was catching up to the leader without a draft near the end of the race. It was a pretty cool feeling.
Yeah, your car definitely was very quick going around turn 1. So, how did you get up to the point where you were in the position to be in second?
Well, first off, I obviously started the race in 6th. And I really hang out at the back until, there was some incidents up front. There was late caution, and that's what got me really my slot car type of driving. I put my adjustments, and my car started going really fast. And then, I got last couple of laps, I got into the position where I passed 2 cars, finished second, and yeah, it was.
Yeah, so how do you think this second place finish is going to translate into the regular season?
I mean, it's a plate track. You never know. The Daytona 500 is going to have 22 drivers, I believe, and it'll be really unpredictable. But I really hope I can get a good finish there, as well as like Talladega, some other tracks I'm pretty decent at throughout the season. But I honestly think that I might be a favorite for the 500.
Yeah, can't bet against yourself there. What are you most excited for going into the regular season?
Obviously, just racing generally with all these guys. Feel honored, man. I feel really happy about this. I feel really excited. At first, I didn't even know this was actually happening until, 20 laps into the race, and I was like, holy, I'm actually doing this. It's a great feeling.
Yeah, definitely a surreal experience. Congrats on the second place win. I'll see you next week. Hey, I'm down on victory lane with Ed Soundhead, the driver of the number 2 for Powerhouse Motorsports. Congrats on the third place finish, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. It's just nice to have a good run out there.
Yeah, definitely. So let's get straight into it. What was your viewpoint of that wreck in turn 2 between the 3 leaders?
Yeah, I had a pretty good vantage point of it. It was just looked like they were trying to go 3 wide up in front of there, and they were all fighting for the lead, which is what you got to do here at Daytona because you never know just what it's going to come down to. And it looked like Kamikaze was the one who originally got into the wall. He ended up spinning out, and then it looked like the 42 scraped the apron, came back up on the track. Meanwhile, the 6 of What If hit the wall, came back. They kind of just met in the middle. I think the 42 ended up going around, and I was able to sneak by both of them and get second.
Yeah, definitely a good thing for you that they ended up wrecking right there. How do you think this third place finish is going to translate into the regular season in terms of momentum?
Well, it definitely gives me some confidence because I was able to lead some laps on my way to that third place, and I believe I started third and finished third. So it was just kind of a good all-around run. We had a nice little pit strategy going there. What If and I were working together pretty well, so I was happy about that. And yeah, it makes me even more excited than I was before the race started.
Yeah, I mean, it looked like you had one of the fastest cars there. I mean, you started, first on that last restart there. So, what are you most excited for heading into the regular season?
I just like that the variety of tracks definitely helps out. I think there's some tracks that I'll be stronger at. Everybody has a shot at the restrictor plate races. So I think that kind of evens the playing field. But once we get to some different tracks, I'm kind of eyeing up my home track of Michigan. I think that's going to be a good run for me. I'm really looking forward to that race. But yeah, I just like the very versatile style tracks we have coming up, and could give some different people different opportunities to get good runs, and I hope I'm one of them.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for your time, and congrats on the third place.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And I am here in victory lane with Duel 2 winner Dale Reynolds, driver of the number 32 for Blue Oval Racing. And man, what a show that was. What was your, basic reaction to winning that race?
Really, the action that we had, and I thank you very much for that. The action was all on pit road. We all had a really good good first half of that duel. We were all running really, really good together. Get lots of give and take, and we didn't really get separated. And everything that just happened there was just pit strategy. And we had the right call. The team guys on the 32 team made a great call to take no tires, and we ended up beating everybody else out of pit lane. And just I believe it was Darian and Danny B. They had a better pit strategy. Honestly, they ended up taking 2 tires. They got hooked up a little bit better, and unfortunately, it looks like that they kind of didn't get executed quite as well, because I was able to stay ahead of them even though they had multiple cars. They dropped back and we're closing in, dropped back. So tough break for those guys. But really, the race was it was won on pit road, and unfortunately, that was pretty much it.
Yeah. Should we expect all of everybody working together, the Queen of Meme affiliates, being Eric, you, me, Sloppy Joe, and everybody on Queen of Memes?
I look forward to it, and it really doesn't matter what the teams are either. Obviously I'm going to go to my teammates first and things like that. But I'll work with anybody, and I definitely look forward to working with those guys as much as I look forward to with my teammates here at Blue Oval Racing. So, definitely looking forward to working with those guys to see what we could do in the 500.
Definitely. So, based on your performance today, what are you most excited for heading into the regular season?
I'm just excited because we've got a lot of momentum. We won ourselves a number of races there in the preseason, and then coming away with the dual win here tonight. It's just giving me a lot of confidence. And confidence goes a long way in any kind of form of racing that you're doing, whether online doesn't really matter. But confidence really goes a long way, and it's put a lot of confidence in me that we can get this done, and this team is preparing fast cars. My teammates are all getting some fast cars as well, and when the confidence is high, it gives you things seem to flow a lot smoother when the confidence is high.
Yeah, definitely. Congratulations on your win. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you very much, and thank everybody for putting us on here today.
I'm down here on pit lane with the driver of the number 43 Click and Close Chevrolet for Queen of Memes Racing. Finished second, so congrats on that, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. It was an awesome night. It was a really awesome night. Good first official night for the Pro Series as well.
Yeah, definitely. So just out there, you seem to be really quick on the racetrack. So, you know, who are you most comfortable with working out there?
There was a lot of guys. I mean, everyone used their heads out there too. I mean, Sloppy Joe was cool to work with, JC1424 and 2SC4. IDK player, even though sometimes he was kind of loose and stuff, but you know, he likes to run those loose setups. And Danny B especially, we were getting up there, and Dell, and especially Dell Reynolds out there as well. But I don't know, for the most part, there was a lot of give and take out there too, which I was kind of surprised about. I figured, you know, there'd be a lot more aggressiveness, which there still was, but everyone used their heads out there, and we put on an amazing show. It was awesome.
Yeah, definitely. So this second place finish, how does that translate into momentum heading into the 2018B regular season?
Oh, it kind of sucks because, like, you know, we took 4 tires on that stop. And I was contemplating, like, maybe I should just take 2. But then I was like, no, I'll just keep it safe and take 4. And then, you know, me and Dell Reynolds got on pit road at the same time. And I was first and he was second coming on. And then, you know, I took 4. But then he only took 2. And he was out of there. And then I took 4 and I was like, you know, 3 seconds back and I couldn't pass him and stuff. But I know it's still second and stuff, but it kind of sucks because, like, if I would have taken 2, like I first said I was, then I probably could have won the race. So, but as far as momentum goes, it's a good start to the season. You know, it was pretty fun to commentate over the first race as well and stuff too. Shout out to What If Racing for winning the first race, and my teammate Carnation for finishing second. But you know, the Queen of Memes Racing had good runs tonight. Jarrett was leading some of the first race. Carnation gets second, which is awesome, and then me and Danny B finished second and third, so got a lot to look forward to.
Yeah, definitely. So, you know, based on what you saw tonight and throughout the preseason, what are you most excited for heading into the first ever season of the YouTube Pro Series?
Man, I'm just excited we can finally race for points, you know. Like, throughout the preseason, you know, we were just practicing, and I guess tonight was like official practice, I guess you could say. Like, you know, it was unofficial practice for like the past month with the preseason, but now we can finally, you know, get to, you know, points racing and stuff too. And, you know, there's no playoffs. It's all about consistency, which is especially what I like, and I think most NASCAR fans like. So the YouTube Pro Series is it's going to be, I think it's really going to revolutionize the entire community. I mean, we already saw it tonight. A lot of people were watching the race and stuff. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, definitely a big crowd came out to watch and watched you get a second place finish. So, again, congratulations on that. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thanks, man.
All right, I'm down here on the pit lane with the driver of the number 88, Danny B. Talks, for Queen of Memes Racing. Congrats on the third place tonight, man.
Thanks, man.
So, you know, let's just get straight into it. So how did you feel? How did your car feel out there? Did you feel fast or anything?
Yeah, car felt great. We actually managed to sit it on the pole. We got a little shaken up there early on in qualifying, but got hooked up with that 12 car of Sloppy Joe and had a really good last lap there on that qualifying run and got it on the pole. And then from the beginning, I was wanting to work with Joe, and we was doing really good. But a couple of issues on the track. I don't know what it was. It's like a little glitch area. And it was just, it kept bobbling us up, and we was fighting that all race long. But then after that, we kind of got separated from Joe during pit stops. I actually got I come in a little bit ahead of him and come out in front of him because I only took right sides, and helped me a lot with track position. But then I ran into one of my teammates there and Gilliam and tried to work with him for a little bit.
Yeah, we saw that. Looks like he couldn't get anywhere with leading Darian. So. Glad y'all got that figured out and rallied to a third place finish. So, how will this translate into the 2018B regular season in terms of momentum?
I think for us, it looks like we're going to have a good run on the plate tracks. So Daytona and Talladega, I think, will be good as long as we can make it in time for the starting time, based on the way my work schedule works around with the series. We'll try and make it in, and if we do, I think we'll run good on these plate tracks. Yeah, we didn't run good as a lead car. We was definitely much better pushing with Darian there. And I was wanting to push with him the whole time, but I think we had a little bit of a lag issue with that 43 in front of us, and it kind of got us separated from the 32 a good amount. He slowed down, wanted me to take the lead on him, and I really didn't want to, but I didn't have a way of communicating with him during the race, so I went ahead and took the lead, but it just didn't work out. We switched up, and then we started gaining, but it was just too late.
Yeah, definitely. Move made too little, too late, I guess. So what are you most excited for heading into the regular season?
I'm just excited about everyone getting to race with these awesome guys, getting to make great friends, and gaining a lot of exciting new fans. They're all excited about this, and we love having them to watch us. During regular day, we're just regular people, but when it comes down to getting onto our PS4s, we get to kind of be a little bit of a superstar. And it feels pretty nice.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you for your time, Danny. Go get him next week. Congrats on the third place once again.
All right, thanks, guys. Let's go. Hashtag Danny B Nation.
All right, I'm down here on the pit lane with Joseph Lombard, driver of the number 9 for Lombard Motorsports. And you had a good run going, but got screwed over by a pit road speeding penalty. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, first off, it was a really good race for me, and I thought the race overall was pretty good. You got a good group of NASCAR YouTubers in there. It's a lot of fun to compete in these races. But yeah, I had a very strong car in the first half. I felt like I had one of the cars to win tonight's race. Ran strong. I know some guys got in trouble behind me and stuff, but even I was holding them off pretty well when they were behind me. And then, it was time for green flag pit stops, and I came down pit road under the speed limit. I mean, speed limit is 55 miles per hour, and came in at 47. I wanted to be cautious entering, not try to, throw it in there too hard. Really nothing to gain or nothing to lose in this race since it's the Duels. The real race is Friday night. But, I guess the game decided to bust me for speeding. I don't understand about it. I was really upset about it. But I also didn't think, I also was saying, I still have no one to blame but myself for it. But I still think I got robbed out of it. Unfortunately, 10th place finish, what could have been maybe a win or even a top 3 finish. But really disappointing. Thankfully, this ain't a points race at all. But I did learn a lot from tonight for sure with this race, just how strong the car is. So when we go back to Daytona Friday night in a few days, I know what kind of car I have. And of course, if we have a green flag pit stop Friday night as well, hopefully I learned something there as well. So just shame, just got robbed. That's all I can say. I had a car to win, and the game just said, screw you. And I don't know what else to say.
So based on just how you were running before that pit road speeding penalty, how do you think that translates into momentum for heading into the regular season?
Well, I feel good about it, especially for Friday night, since it's Daytona Friday night to start off the season. I feel like I can hold in the draft behind people pretty well, and seems like I can run up front pretty well, keep the guys behind me. So I feel like I got a really fast car for the season. Once we go into Daytona Friday night, I feel like I got a good shot to win. But as long as I don't get screwed by speeding penalties, that's very unnecessary. Then I feel like I have a good shot for Friday night to go out there and start the season off with a win. But I know there's some really good other races out here, like Black Flags Matter. Darian was pretty strong. IDK was really strong. I know you got Soundhead. Eric is strong. Dale Reynolds, they both won, but they're really strong. So gotta keep an eye out on those guys Friday night. But I feel like we can hold our ground pretty well with the fast car that I have. So I'm really excited for Daytona. I learned a lot from tonight, and I guess I learned something for coming down pit road, just in case we have a green flag pit stop Friday night. So I think overall, still learned a lot from it, even though the results don't show it. Still, I felt like I'm ready for Friday night.
So besides the Daytona 500 on Friday, heading into the regular season, what are you most excited for?
Well, just going out there and compete against these guys. I know this league is taken seriously, but I'm really gonna have fun with it. I feel like it's a fun league to compete in, just to basically get close together with the other NASCAR YouTubers. It's a lot of fun. I've known some of these guys for a very long time, and some of these guys just recently, and getting to know the new guys has been a lot of fun as well. So it's pretty cool to join together and just have fun. And I can't thank the NASCAR YouTube Pro Series enough for starting this. I think it's going to be a fun thing for all of us to compete in and just have a good time. Even though it's going to be some serious racing, it's still going to be a good time. But performance-wise, I feel like I'm prepared for this season. I feel like I have a lot of speed. I've been doing some testing before the season started. Obviously, I did more testing at Daytona right now just to make sure I got the proper setup, and I feel like I got a good setup. And then once we get into the other tracks, I feel like I'm just right there, just ready to go. So we'll just have to see. Time will tell with those races. I'm just going to do one race at a time. Just worry about Daytona right now, and then we will go on into the following weeks afterwards.
Frustrated but hopeful into SC4R down on pit road. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, thank you.